Minimalism, as a lifestyle choice, has evolved far beyond its initial conception as merely a design aesthetic or a decluttering movement. Through the lens of a decade-long experience, we can explore how this intentional way of living shapes not only our physical spaces, but transforms our entire worldview. The journey through minimalism reveals profound truths about human nature, our relationship with possessions, and the authentic pursuit of happiness. In this video, let's talk about minimalism through the lens of Matt D'Avella, a famous minimalist content creator. The most striking revelation about minimalism is that while the initial excitement inevitably fades, the fundamental value persists and deepens over time. When first discovering minimalism, many experience an almost euphoric period of transformation. There's an intoxicating sense of liberation as they begin to question long-held assumptions about success, possessions, and personal fulfillment. This initial phase often brings dramatic changes: entire closets emptied, storage units cleared, and a radical reassessment of purchasing habits. However, the true power of minimalism reveals itself after this first flush of excitement subsides. Matt D'Avella shared that minimalism fundamentally altered his worldview, reshaping his definition of success and core values. While the daily thrill of discovery may have diminished, the profound shifts in perspective remain steadfast. This evolution from excitement to integration represents the maturation of minimalism in one's life. It's similar to how a new relationship transitions from the intense passion of first love to a deeper, more sustainable form of connection. The initial buzz may fade, but what remains is far more valuable: a transformed relationship with the material world and a clearer sense of personal priorities. One particularly enlightening aspect of long-term minimalism is the realization that it doesn't require universal adoption to be effective. A common concern among new minimalists is the fear that they must surround themselves exclusively with others who share their philosophy. This anxiety often extends to romantic relationships, where there's a misconception that successful partnerships require perfect alignment in lifestyle choices. However, experience shows that what truly matters is finding someone who is open-minded and respectful of different approaches to life. He also shared that his wife Natalie perfectly illustrates this principle. While she initially viewed his minimalism with skepticism, possibly even suspecting cult involvement, their successful partnership was built on mutual respect and understanding rather than identical lifestyle choices. This reveals a broader truth about minimalism. It works best as a personal practice rather than an evangelical movement. The key is finding partners and friends who accept you for who you are, regardless of whether they count their possessions or wear the same shirt in multiple photos. This understanding leads naturally to another crucial insight. Minimalism is not a religion. Too often, practitioners fall into the trap of treating minimalism as a rigid dogma, complete with strict rules and judgment for those who don't comply. This fundamentalist approach not only alienates others but also misses the essential point of minimalism as a tool for personal growth and intentional living. He emphasizes the importance of avoiding judgment toward others who might be at different stages in their journey with consumption and material possessions. Drawing from personal experience, Matt D'Avella recalls a time when he was deeply absorbed in consumerism and the pursuit of wealth. This acknowledgement of his own journey helps foster empathy for others who might still be entrenched in similar patterns. Rather than criticizing or attempting to convert others, minimalism advocates for leading by example and offering support when asked. This approach recognizes that everyone's path is unique, and forcing change often creates resistance rather than acceptance. The practical benefits of minimalism become evident in daily life, particularly in the realm of household maintenance. A significant advantage that emerges after embracing minimalism is the dramatic reduction in time spent cleaning and organizing. With fewer possessions, the task of maintaining a tidy living space becomes remarkably more manageable. He shares that their weekly cleaning routine takes merely 20 to 30 minutes, compared to the hours it might require in a more cluttered environment. This efficiency extends beyond mere time savings. It creates a sense of peace and mental clarity, especially valuable for those working from home. This practical advantage becomes particularly relevant in our modern work environment, where home offices have become increasingly common. A clutter-free space contributes to improved focus and productivity, eliminating the constant visual and physical distractions that excess possessions create. However, he acknowledges the realistic challenges that life changes, such as having children, might bring. The key insight is not about maintaining a Spartan existence, but rather about approaching accumulation with intentionality and purpose. One of the most challenging aspects of modern minimalism involves our relationship with technology and the constant pressure to upgrade our devices. The culture of planned obsolescence and aggressive marketing has created a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction with current possessions. Companies invest heavily in convincing consumers that the latest model, with its marginally improved features, will significantly enhance their lives. This pressure is particularly acute in the realm of smartphones, computers, and other electronic devices. Matt Davella, as a filmmaker, provides a nuanced perspective on this challenge. While he acknowledges the professional necessity of certain equipment, he distinguishes between tools that serve a purpose and devices that potentially detract from well-being. His relationship with camera gear, which directly contributes to his creative work, differs from his view of smartphones, which he identifies as potential sources of distraction. This distinction helps guide decisions about which upgrades truly add value and which merely respond to marketing pressure. An essential revelation about minimalism is that it doesn't serve as a panacea for life's challenges. This understanding often comes as a sobering realization after the initial honeymoon period fades. Through a decade of practice, Matt Davella experienced various personal struggles, including severe anxiety and burnout, demonstrating that minimalism doesn't create an impenetrable shield against life's difficulties. However, what minimalism does provide is clarity and focus during challenging times. When facing mental health struggles, the simplified lifestyle helps identify priorities and reduce additional stressors. A common obstacle in the minimalist journey is the tendency to overthink decisions about possessions. Many people become paralyzed by questions about what to keep or discard, turning simple choices into complex emotional dilemmas. He addresses this by encouraging a more practical approach to decision-making. Most items, from user manuals to books, can be easily replaced or accessed digitally if needed. This perspective helps overcome the fear of making wrong decisions and enables more confident action in decluttering efforts. The impact of minimalism on gift giving and receiving represents another fascinating dimension of this lifestyle choice. Counter to what many might expect, embracing minimalism often simplifies and enriches the gift-giving experience rather than complicating it. His large family adapted their gift-giving traditions by implementing a secret Santa system, allowing for more thoughtful, intentional presents rather than numerous token gifts. This shift exemplifies how minimalism can influence not just individual habits, but entire family dynamics and traditions. When others become aware of someone's minimalist lifestyle, it naturally shapes their gift-giving choices. Instead of defaulting to physical items that might contribute to clutter, they often opt for consumable goods or experiences. He mentions receiving gifts like whiskey, wine, or coffee, items that can be enjoyed without creating lasting physical accumulation. This transformation in gift-giving patterns reduces waste and eliminates the guilt associated with receiving unwanted items that one feels obligated to keep. Perhaps one of the most profound psychological benefits of minimalism emerges in how it changes our emotional attachment to physical possessions. Matt Davella shares a poignant story about his college years, when the breaking of beloved beer glasses caused significant emotional distress. This attachment wasn't solely about the financial impact of replacement, but reflected a deeper emotional investment in material objects. Through minimalism, this relationship with possessions evolves into something healthier and more balanced. The shift from being emotionally invested in physical items to maintaining a more detached perspective represents a significant form of personal growth. As he notes, current mishaps like car scratches or broken glasses no longer trigger the same level of emotional distress. While improved financial stability plays a role in this change response, the primary transformation lies in the fundamental shift in values. Understanding that people and experiences matter more than physical possessions creates a more resilient and peaceful approach to life's minor accidents and material losses. A crucial understanding that emerges from long-term minimalist practice is its nature as an ongoing journey rather than a destination. He emphasizes how minimalism must adapt to different life stages and circumstances. Through various life changes, including marriage, moves across countries, and career shifts, the practice of minimalism evolved to accommodate new realities while maintaining its core principles of intentionality and purpose. This flexibility becomes particularly relevant when considering future life changes, such as having children or becoming empty nesters. Rather than viewing these transitions as challenges to minimalist principles, they become opportunities to reassess and adjust one's relationship with possessions. The key lies not in maintaining a specific number of items or adhering to rigid rules, but in continuously questioning whether current possessions serve present needs and values. The relationship between minimalism and financial well-being deserves special attention. While he touches on how financial stability affects one's relationship with possessions, the broader implications merit deeper exploration. Minimalism often leads to more conscious spending habits, reducing impulse purchases and encouraging investment in quality items that serve specific purposes. This shift in consumption patterns can create a positive feedback loop, where reduced spending leads to increased financial security, which in turn supports a more intentional approach to consumption. Moreover, the psychological freedom that comes with minimalism often extends beyond material possessions to career choices and financial decisions. When success is no longer measured primarily through material acquisition, it opens up possibilities for pursuing more meaningful work or taking calculated risks in professional life. Matt Davella's own journey from traditional employment to creative work as a filmmaker and content creator illustrates this potential for alignment between minimalist values and career choices. The intersection of minimalism and digital life presents unique challenges and opportunities in our modern era. While physical decluttering might seem straightforward, managing digital possessions and commitments often proves more complex. His observations about smartphone usage highlight a broader challenge: balancing technological necessities with minimalist principles. This extends beyond physical devices to include digital photos, files, apps, and online accounts that can create virtual clutter just as demanding as physical possessions. Understanding minimalism's role in mental health and well being requires examining how simplified living environments affect cognitive load and decision making capacity. Research in psychology suggests that physical clutter can increase cortisol levels and contribute to anxiety. His experience with anxiety and burnout provides practical insight into how minimalism can support mental health recovery. By reducing environmental stressors and simplifying daily choices, minimalism creates space for focusing on essential aspects of mental well being. The evolution of minimalism as a cultural movement parallels individual journeys with the practice. What began as a niche lifestyle choice has grown into a significant cultural conversation about consumption, sustainability, and intentional living. His decade-long experience coincides with minimalism's emergence in mainstream consciousness, offering perspective on how the movement has matured and adapted. This evolution demonstrates how personal practices can contribute to broader societal shifts in attitudes toward consumption and material success. The relationship between minimalism and environmental consciousness deserves particular attention. While he doesn't explicitly focus on environmental benefits, the connection between minimalist practices and reduced environmental impact is significant. By consuming less, maintaining possessions longer, and making more intentional purchases, minimalists often naturally align with environmental sustainability goals. This unintended benefit shows how personal lifestyle choices can contribute to larger ecological objectives without necessarily making them the primary focus. Professional implications of minimalism extend beyond the obvious benefits of an organized workspace. His experience as a content creator demonstrates how minimalist principles can influence career decisions and creative expression. This approach to work emphasizes quality over quantity, focusing on projects and tools that truly serve one's purpose, rather than accumulating professional possessions or commitments out of perceived obligation or social pressure. The social dynamics of minimalism reveal interesting patterns in how this lifestyle choice affects relationships and community interactions. While he emphasizes not judging others' choices, the practice of minimalism inevitably influences social connections. Some relationships might strengthen through shared values, while others require careful navigation of different lifestyle preferences. This social dimension of minimalism highlights the importance of maintaining authentic connections while staying true to personal values. The role of minimalism in creating physical and mental space for creativity and personal growth emerges as a significant theme. By reducing physical and mental clutter, minimalism can create conditions conducive to creative thinking and personal development. His transition into content creation and filmmaking suggests how simplified living can support pursuing passionate interests and developing new skills. Examining the economic implications of widespread minimalist practices raises interesting questions about consumer culture and market dynamics. While individual minimalist choices might seem small, collective shifts in consumption patterns could significantly impact traditional retail and manufacturing sectors. This tension between personal lifestyle choices and broader economic systems highlights the complex interplay between individual practices and societal structures. The practical application of minimalism in different cultural contexts reveals fascinating variations in how the philosophy adapts to diverse social norms and living conditions. While his experience reflects a Western perspective on minimalism, the principles find unique expressions across different societies. In some cultures, minimalist practices align naturally with traditional values of simplicity and mindful consumption. In others, the movement represents a conscious departure from societal expectations of material success and status display. This cultural dimension adds richness to our understanding of how minimalist principles can be interpreted and applied across different contexts. The intersection of minimalism with personal identity formation presents another compelling area for exploration. His journey demonstrates how adopting minimalist practices can fundamentally reshape one's self conception and life narrative. This transformation extends beyond simple changes in consumption habits to influence how individuals view their role in society, their measure of success, and their long term life goals. The process of identifying what truly matters often leads to profound personal insights and value clarification that might not have emerged without the minimalist framework. Technology's role in enabling minimalist practices, while potentially undermining them, creates an interesting paradox. Digital tools can support minimalist lifestyles through paperless solutions, digital books, and cloud storage, potentially reducing physical clutter. However, as Matt Davella notes in his discussion of smartphone usage, these same tools can create new forms of mental clutter and distraction. This tension requires careful consideration of how to leverage technology's benefits while maintaining the mental clarity and focus that minimalism seeks to achieve. The relationship between minimalism and professional productivity deserves deeper examination. Beyond the obvious benefits of a cleaner workspace, minimalist principles can transform approaches to project management, decision-making, and professional development. His experience in content creation illustrates how focusing on essential tools and eliminating unnecessary complications can enhance creative output. This professional application of minimalism extends to time management, meeting efficiency, and workplace organization, potentially leading to more effective and satisfying work experiences. The impact of minimalism on housing choices and living spaces represents another significant dimension of the practice. His experience with various living situations demonstrates how minimalist principles can influence decisions about home size, location, and design. This connection between minimalism and housing choices often leads to more sustainable living arrangements, reduced maintenance requirements, and improved quality of life through thoughtful space utilization. The financial implications of these choices, including potential savings on housing costs and reduced utility expenses, can create opportunities for greater financial freedom and life flexibility. The psychological aspects of decision fatigue and how minimalism addresses this modern challenge warrant deeper examination. Research in psychology has demonstrated that humans have a finite capacity for decision-making throughout the day. Each choice, no matter how small, depletes this mental resource. His emphasis on reducing overthinking in minimalist decisions reflects an understanding of this phenomenon. By simplifying daily choices about clothing, possessions, and consumption, minimalism creates a mental environment that preserves decision-making energy for more significant life choices and creative endeavors. The relationship between minimalism and personal finance extends beyond simple reduction in spending. While decreased consumption naturally leads to reduced expenses, the minimalist mindset often transforms fundamental approaches to money management. His evolution from feeling devastated about broken glasses in college to maintaining a more balanced perspective reflects not just improved financial stability, but a transformed relationship with material security. This shift often leads to more conscious investing, improved saving habits, and a clearer understanding of the difference between needs and wants. Minimalism's impact on time management represents another crucial benefit that emerges through long-term practice. As the he notes regarding cleaning time, reduced possessions lead to more efficient use of time across multiple life areas. This efficiency extends beyond household maintenance to include reduced shopping time, simplified organization systems, and streamlined daily routines. The cumulative effect of these time savings creates space for pursuing meaningful activities, developing relationships, and engaging in personal growth opportunities. The evolution of minimalist practices through different life stages demonstrates the philosophy's adaptability. His anticipation of changes that might come with having children shows how minimalism can flex to accommodate new life circumstances while maintaining its core principles. This adaptability extends to career transitions, relationship changes, and geographical relocations. Rather than viewing these changes as challenges to minimalist practices, they become opportunities to reassess and refine one's approach to possession and consumption. The connection between minimalism and personal authenticity emerges as a powerful theme in long-term practice. As practitioners shed unnecessary possessions and commitments, they often discover clearer access to their authentic selves. His journey from traditional measures of success to finding fulfillment in creative work illustrates this transformation. Minimalism can serve as a tool for removing the layers of societal expectations and material accumulation that often obscure genuine personal preferences and values. Professional relationships and workplace dynamics can be significantly influenced by minimalist principles. While he emphasizes not forcing minimalism on others, its practice often naturally influences collaborative environments. This might manifest in more efficient meeting practices, streamlined communication methods, and thoughtful approaches to resource utilization. The minimalist emphasis on intentionality can lead to improved team dynamics and more effective professional outcomes. The intersection of minimalism with sustainable living practices represents a natural evolution of conscious consumption. While the environmental benefits might not be the primary motivation for many minimalists, the impact of reduced consumption on ecological sustainability is significant. Matt Davella's reflection on upgrading technology less frequently exemplifies how minimalist choices naturally align with environmental consciousness. This connection extends to reduced waste production, lower energy consumption, and decreased carbon footprint through mindful purchasing decisions. The role of minimalism in fostering mindfulness and present moment awareness deserves careful consideration. By reducing physical and mental clutter, practitioners often find themselves more attuned to their immediate experiences and surroundings. His observations about the peace of mind that comes with a clean, organized space reflect this deeper connection to the present moment. This heightened awareness can lead to improved decision-making, better emotional regulation, and more meaningful personal interactions. The impact of minimalism on family dynamics and household management reveals interesting patterns of adaptation and compromise. As the he notes regarding gift-giving traditions, entire families can evolve their practices to align with more intentional approaches to sharing and celebration. This evolution often extends to shared spaces, storage solutions, and daily routines. Successful implementation of minimalist principles in family settings requires open communication, respect for individual preferences, and creative solutions that accommodate different needs and comfort levels. The relationship between minimalism and personal growth often manifests through improved self-awareness and emotional intelligence. As practitioners become more conscious of their relationship with material possessions, this awareness typically extends to other areas of life. His evolution from emotional attachment to material things toward a more balanced perspective demonstrates this growth. This development of emotional intelligence often leads to improved relationship skills, better stress management, and more effective problem-solving abilities. The influence of minimalism on creativity and innovation provides another fascinating area for exploration. While it might seem counterintuitive, having fewer resources often stimulates creative thinking and novel solutions. His experience in content creation demonstrates how working with intentionally limited tools can enhance rather than restrict creative output. This principle extends to problem solving in various life areas, where simplified approaches often lead to more elegant and effective solutions. The economic implications of minimalism at a societal level present both challenges and opportunities. While reduced consumption might initially appear to conflict with traditional economic growth models, the shift toward quality over quantity can support sustainable business practices and innovative service models. His reference to upgrading technology less frequently reflects a broader potential shift in consumer behavior that could drive market evolution toward more sustainable and durable product development.